Mic check, mic check, mic check. Hello, chat. I'm making you admin, okay? All right, chat. So chat, I'm gonna share the screen. Actually, we'll let everyone come on first before we do screen sharing, and then we'll get into it. Perfect. Hello, Gimar. Is that your name? Did I say that correctly? Gimar? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, good, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Good, thanks. Good. You know what? It's got the wrong name up there. I'm Frank Persichetti.
Frank Persichetti.
Yeah.
Hi, Frank. How's it going?
I don't know how that happened. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We're linked together on LinkedIn, so
Oh,
I thought
nice.
I'd chime in with you here.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you
Fantastic.
joining us.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what pretty much the Wealthy Link will be going through the detail, but the whole concept of what we're looking to do is just to build a new platform for us business professionals to connect
Right.
with, for us to know more about each other's business,
Yeah.
and to see how we could support each other's businesses.
Fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll give it a bit where I see people are joining in. We'll just welcome people in. We'll get started in a few minutes. Hello, Francisca. Hello, you're
Yes.
muted.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Mona, how are you doing?
I am happy, healthy, and very grateful. Thanks.
That's
Hello,
amazing.
Mona. Excuse me, Mona, are you related to Noel Warren?
Yes, that's my son.
Oh, your son. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow, we got connections going on in here. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yes, so just wait. I see people are coming on in, so we're gonna allow everyone to come in. Welcome to the Wealthy Link Up event that we're hosting right now. And the whole concept of this event is for us business professionals to come together, to pretty much share each other's businesses, and not only share each other's businesses, but break bread with each other, right? And by breaking bread, what we mean is we want you to be thinking, okay, how can I support other businesses? How can other businesses support my business, right? That's what the objective of what we're looking to do right now, because it's a shift that's happening, right? And in the shift, we see most people are now becoming entrepreneurial, and are now seeing that honestly you need to be running a business, even if you have a primary income source that is sustainable and it's feeding your family. Having your own business is almost mandatory right now, because of the rate of inflation. We see everything's going up. We see many employers laying off. We see, even as an employer, it's even getting more difficult because there's a lot of strikes happening. People are asking for higher wages, right? There's so much that's happening right now. Post-COVID, realistically, post-COVID, a lot of times, a lot of people actually even got a chance to sit down and reflect, and see what is it that they want to do in life? What is their purpose, right? A lot of people went soul searching, during the past few years, and the result of it, we're seeing many more and more people becoming entrepreneurs, right? And loving the entrepreneurial lifestyle. The beautiful thing with entrepreneurship is it's all dependent on you, you're the ultimate factor as to whether you'll be successful in your endeavors or not. It all comes down to you, because if there is any sort of misstep, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a failure. What that really means is that, oh, it's just another step to getting to improving, right? And that's why we have a platform like this where we could get like-minded business professionals together, right? And we can help brainstorm for each other, right? And that's what the ecosystem and the atmosphere of what we are looking to do and what we're about in Create Wealth Network, right? And that's pretty much what we're going to be going over today. So I thank everyone that's with us so far. I'm going to get into the presentation because I want this to be as interactive as possible, right? Admin, please admit anyone that comes and joins in with us, right? So just to start off, with the Wealthy Link Up, we want to break bread, right? We want to experience the power of networking, connect with entrepreneurs from diverse backgrounds and propel your business forward as we foster relationships and embark on a journey towards entrepreneurial excellence, right? So, it's show of hands, or, anyone can just write a note or just let us know if you're running a business, you're an entrepreneur, or you're thinking about starting a business, or, if you're a working professional, right? Whether you're in real estate, mortgage, insurance, or whatever the field may be, this is your home. This is your home, right? And the Wealthy Link Up, this is an ongoing thing that we're going to be doing, right? And at the same time, I'll share my personal screen as well. But we're here to give some prizes too. The Create Wealth Network, we're all about giving prizes. So we have an Amazon gift card here that we're going to be giving away to someone that's attending with us today, right? We're going to be spinning the wheel, and someone will be winning this, at the end of today's session. So please stay with us. It's worth it. Just even if you win a nice Amazon gift card, right? So with the Wealthy Link Up, what we really want people to network and share what your business is about. Let us know what your business is about. So we have a form you'll see in the chat. We'll be placing that form there. And the form is just a questionnaire. We want to know what your business is about, who are you servicing, right? And we also want to know about this webinar series that we're hosting, right? Like I said, this is the first of many, right? And, we want after this for everyone to go out and invite more people to the next one and make sure that you're here as well. You're linking with us as well. You're entangling with us, right? The entanglement is a great thing, because that's how we're all connected, and we're going out with the connection that we have, right? And the connection that we have is we're all here connected on this forum. So look out for the link as it has been sent to you, right? So with today, just going to the next screen here. Oh, there we go. Right. So my name is Richard Adokesi, right? I am a wealth creator, a full-time real estate broker as well, right? And a wealth creator in terms of manifestation and, creation, as we are co-creators. God has given us that ability. Our thoughts become things. And we are part of a Create Wealth Network, which is a network that is of like-minded individuals and building a foundation on wealth creation principles, right? The foundational piece of the Create Wealth Network is the map book, right? And the map book is a foundational piece to wealth creation. It's a 365-day mindset program that enables you to implement universal laws and take action on your goals. Have you ever felt like there was a day when, the day's done and you wonder what you've done for the day? Right. Well, this program is here to eliminate that. It's a very extensive program, but it's going to get the best of you. All of the thoughts and ideas that you have, you can transfer into your map book. And all of these are seeds which you're actually impregnating into this physical world. Right. And, the process is a very simple process. Right. And we're here to pretty much let you, fill you in on the MacBook program, because the whole philosophy of what the program instills is what we're on here today, right? And what that is about collaboration, right? We want collaboration. We need to collaborate. We all need to be coming together, right? So every platform of networking matters, right? Because everyone here right now, as we leave this networking session, we're actually going out in the world and we have new peers that we connected with. We know different industries that we're connecting with, right? And as you see in this image right here, we are 6 degrees of separation, right? What you do for business, there's a highly likely that within the 6 degrees of separation within me, I know someone that will be of service to, regardless of what your business is. And that's why collaboration is way more powerful than competition, right? Many people are thinking about competition, and many people think that they're competing against others. So even for this webinar, the Wealthy Link Up, right? It should be full. It should be jam-packed. But at the same time, there could be some others who feel, okay, this is not for me. But if you're going in with a collaboration mindset, then you're thinking, okay, let me go join this and let me see how I can bring value to this, right? And that's what we're looking for. We want you to come on this session and see how you can bring value to this. This is the first session that we're going to be running of many, right? And your feedback is definitely important. We want to know, how can we make the Wealthy Link Up better? How can we make it so people leave this and it's growing their business? We're breaking bread, where we're going out and I'm working with your business, you're working with my business, or I'm sending somebody to your business, and I know a connect that may help lift you in the next level to your business, and I'm giving that to you, right? Collaboration is way more bigger than competition, because there's no such thing as competition. If you really boil down to it, there is no such thing as competition. Why? Because we're all bringing our own unique experiences if we are operating by law, right? So you can have you could be in the same industry as another person on this call, on this session, right? But if you go in with understanding that there's no such thing as competition, and you go in with a collaborative mindset, then you can find ways where you two could work together, where both of your businesses will thrive. It's just a mental shift that we need to have, and that's what we teach in our program. We're all students, and learning is the lifelong event, and our mind is the center of it all, right? A quote by Tony Robbins says, "Whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will experience in your life," right? And with the MacBook, it's a mind assistance program. That's what the acronym stands for. What this program is going to do for you is it's going to make you hold in your mind on a consistent basis your dream life. And as you hold that on a consistent basis, what you're going to notice there's going to be people, there's going to be circumstances, situations coming into your presence that's going to be like a light bulb switch right in front of you, that this is the next move. It's just a resonance where you're going to be moving off of feeling. It's going to feel right. Just like everyone that's on this webinar right now, on this session, you joined because it felt right. That's the law of attraction. We are all attracted to each other right now. That's why we're all here on this session, right? I'm hoping that makes sense to everyone, because although it's very simplistic, it's complex at the same time, right? And what we're here to do with the Create Wealth Network is to set a stage. We're here to set a stage and provide opportunities, right? There's a massive amount of talent and creatives in this world who do not have a platform of expression. Create Wealth Network aims to be that platform. So we have different sessions, GPS sessions. If you are an expert and you're looking for a platform to present, this is we want to set the stage for. We have webinars where you will present. We'll help promote your session, and you'll present. We have so many things that are coming in place and happening to create a platform of wealth creation, right? So let's get into it. I want us to really go through everyone right now, and I want everyone here to introduce yourself. So let's go along the list over here. All right. So if we're looking over here, and let me stop share so we could actually see you, and you could be front page on here. So we had Frank Perschetti.
Hi all. Hey. Hi. Yeah, Frank Persichetti. So
Perschetti, how's it going?
Richard, thanks for inviting me over to this session. This is right up my alley. I don't believe in competition either. It's a law of abundance, not of scarcity. I'm also a mentor. I'm a business advisor as well. I've had many businesses in my life, and I'm a fellow realtor, so
Nice.
that's what I've been doing for quite a long time, but that's okay with you.
Of course, hey, we
But
got to work together. We got to
for
work
me,
together.
sure, that's the point, man. That's it. That's because of the collaboration. But
Yes.
I do mentor, and I think you're on the cusp of something really, really big. What you're doing here.
Nice.
I'm loving every word, and
Oh,
I'm resonating with it because I teach it too,
nice.
and it is that. Yeah. So congrats.
So and how, so tell us more. Go more into
Yeah.
what you
So
do.
we
Yeah.
take businesses that are needing coaching and or just some advice,
Mhm,
but we take them to a level though that where they can actually benefit not only from a higher net worth or a higher net income, but to actually exit their business if they want to, or to scale it. So this is another term that you're going to be hearing more of if you haven't already, is that word, is scaling.
mhm.
And moving back, and that's managing your business, not being actually in the weeds that where you shouldn't be. You should be face to face with new clients, things like that, instead of being bogged down with the regular stuff of every day, the admin. You should recreate that business plan where you're just managing your business. So realtors in a way too, but business owners, they don't think are business persons, but they are. They're thinking they're workers. They're inside the photo frame. They can't get out of that, and they have to get out. So it's important. That's what I do. I advise businesses to grow and exit and to scale. So, and there's a lot
Wow.
of dynamics in there that people don't know. So I've had many businesses bought and sold, closed, and I learned the hard way. But now it's a systemized thing what we do. Yeah. So when
That's
we hooked up,
amazing. That's amazing. And does anyone have any questions for Frank?
fire away. I'm sure there's some mortgage people in here, or there's also
Hey, so
some
while everyone's gathering up their
entrepreneurs.
questions, I could definitely get started. When you're talking about
Yeah.
scaling,
Yeah.
right? What like I want you to go deeper into that. What are the steps
Well,
to
you
scale?
you
And
take first you have to develop a sort of a template of your business and duplicate it even with a different product. See, the product is different. It's not the infrastructure is the same. So if you have all of that, you can actually duplicate that in other businesses and make sure that it's almost on autopilot, if you want to use that term. So e-commerce is another area that we're going into. We have clients that are growing their business on e-commerce, and they're doing the same thing. They're saying, we want to duplicate this, but we have a different product. Not a problem. It could be a digital product, could be a physical product. It doesn't matter. It could be a training that they're offering, and it's totally 100% scalable. And this takes you not to millionaire status, it takes you to the B's. So it can do that. So I don't want you to think outside the box too much, because some people don't grasp it though. So, but you take that small business that you're in now, and now you develop it as a strong framework, and then duplicate that. Just double it, triple it, quadruple it. And now there will be some person out there wants to buy that growing concern, the growing company, that will pay you for that business.
or what are some of the key things that they look for, like in order to wanna buy your business?
One thing is the word database.
Mm,
You need that in your own businesses, and you have to grow that out, but you have to have a thing called reordering. So just look at what HP does. They sell you the printer, but they make money on the reorders. And that's where their value is. So if you have a product that they can reorder, or let's just say you have a training session of something you do, or a product that they have to reorder, like vitamins or, refills of something, then but you start with free. You start with free product, and then you get their trust, and then they start buying things that you bring in. Whether it's in
Wow.
training sessions, it could be any type business. It's endless. But that's the
Okay.
basis of it, is building the database. Yeah.
Yes, building a database. Okay, that's some keys. That's some keys. Thank you for stick with us. You gave us
Pleasure.
some little nuggets already. That's amazing. I appreciate you joining us.
My pleasure.
Next person talked was Mona.
Hi, Mona Walren here. Actually, I'm involved with a legal program, Legal Shield, and that's why I told you I have an appointment at 7 to attend, but I will come back to this program after. But it's to help businesses and individuals to have legal security without paying thousands of dollars. And I have benefited, my families have benefited, and I'm focusing on small businesses because sometimes we assume that we know a lot about legal things, but we don't always. So that's where my heart is right now. And of course,
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So with the Legal Shield, like who is your demographic? Like who do you target? Like who are the people that you feel need your stuff?
any race, it's a North American company, so it's I'm focusing basically on Canada because it's easier for me to manage what I need to do, and small business would be my target. It's any race, but I'm hopeful that certain younger people will get so involved that they can have greater impact. Because I know of a fellow right now who is working with his 30-year-old son, and they're doing extremely well, But the major thing is not just only the money, they're making impact so that people are protected, they're understanding what their rights are, and they don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions for Ramona?
I know this base Legal Shield is worth every red cent you pay for. It's a great product. Good going, Mona.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Frank. All right, great. Let's get to Chantal Felix.
Hey, Richard. Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm not on screen. I'm here with my little one, so she talks. She's going to speak. Realtor here. I came on because I just love your energy, like overall, like everything, like I guess sort of been over a year or so, and following you. And I really do, like Frank said, believe in what you have to offer. And I love your mindset going into it. Like everything you say just sort of like rings a bell in my head, just as like the collaboration and just being able, because I'm also the secretary of the Black Realtor Association. So I know that you do post a lot within the group. And sometimes, like if you don't have the time, you don't have the time. Like we're all busy, we're all realtors here, but I feel like sometimes, we do have to show up. And I really enjoy showing up. So that's why I'm here. And I just pray, like, this really, what you have and what you're offering really just manifests really great things for all of us, not just like one set community, but every community, human beings as a mindset. We really need to start working on that. And yeah, like I'm excited to see where God takes you on this, because this is marvelous.
Okay, well, thank you for directing it to me. But and I'm here of service as well. So I definitely want to direct it back to you in terms of your business, your realtor. Is there anything that you specialize in real estate? Like expand more on in what you do.
I'm a residential realtor. My like most of my business is in like the Durham market, but I do expand, of course, your license. You're going to expand your horizons. Don't limit yourself. As well, like a lot of my business does come from my sphere, my church, my family and my friends. So that's been basically the bread and butter of my business. But no, I'm pretty open to just working outside of my sphere. Some of those come from the referrals from my sphere, so referrals are really big for my business. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I dive in. I think we went on a session for like door knocking and stuff, and I was like, oh sorry, that's Ocean. Door knocking and stuff, and I thought that was really amazing. Like just your like your the questions you ask, they're very like thing. And I know not limited to you. I know there's like a whole community here. So I do appreciate, and I'm like we got some law up in here, we got some mentorship out in here. So that's where it's at. Like, not limited to just what you're learning and what your expertise is, but just to kind of gravitate to like-minded people. So, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Frank. You've been in the industry for a while now. Is hearing her speak, Chantel speaking. Is there anything that any advice you could give? Any type of insight?
Well,
Even for
yeah,
myself.
sure. Yeah, networking's everything. Referral business, I think, is really not being nurtured at all. You can network across the country if you want to, and you should, because people are moving all the time. But it always comes to one thing, is knowing the other agent. Because if they just know you, and there could be thousands of other agents in that city or the area, they just refer you. That is it. They don't go looking around. So really connect to people across Canada and just start referral network, and it can start with a simple spreadsheet. I mean, and just keep in touch with people. Use a CRM and drip on them and make sure they hear from you once in a while, once a month maybe. But use automation as much as you can. These tools are there to develop relationships. Everything's about the relationship. You meet the person one time. That's what you need to do. I love the door knocking that you're doing there, Chantel. That's one of the things that people don't do. That's a fast track to seeing somebody face to face. That's at their door. Gosh, Anyway, I love the networking side. I think you should nurture that.
Yeah, I want to even double down on what you were saying, Frank. I would say a lot of my business is co-op. I co-op with a lot of different agents on on different deals. I do a lot of pre-construction as well, right? And many agents I work with, they have clients that that are looking for a place, and that's a beautiful thing with the real estate industry, is that we could co-op on all deals. Right. So if like what Frank was saying, if you know someone that's in a different town, different area, and they know you, right? It's breaking bread. We're getting back on top of breaking bread. Many people think, oh, commissions, they want to keep them all to themselves. But what I found is, the more that, like what Frank's saying, the more you network and the more you go and you're thinking about other agents, the more you actually make. Right? You agree with that, Frank?
Oh, sorry, I was off mic. Yes, of course, 100%, 100%. We're
Right.
collaborators. We should never think competition. Like you
Yeah.
really started with that. That was just bang. That was right on.
Nice.
We all can do more business if we keep doing that.
Yeah, I agree. So much
Yeah.
more businesses out there if we're open. You never know. Your client may have something that someone else knows. It happens even in my office. Like, I'll be walking by, I'll be hearing somebody needs something, and I have for example, there was a hotel that's like far north, right? Little motel hotel, and I overheard some of my brokers talk about it, and then I met with a friend of mine. I just went there, and I didn't even know he was looking for a property. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm looking for a hotel. I'm looking for like a motel. I'm like, what? So then after I went back to my office, I went to talk to the other agent, asked where it was. He didn't end up getting it, but at the same time, look at that connection, like just
Absolutely.
so it's all about connecting
and you cement that a relationship too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And no different with Legal Shield, no different with the Money Works and all the other things people are into. You need to collaborate with the people in your business that do the same thing you do. You know,
Mhm.
the farmers do this. They collaborate with each other. You run out of hay, there's a farmer bringing it to you. You better have alliances. You know, this is not a lone wolf business that you're in. You gotta have alliances.
Mhm.
You know, even countries have alliances. Nobody's alone. And you can't be doing all things alone. This thing you're doing right now, it's all about collaboration and just networking with people.
Yeah.
It's a real thing, you know. It's not a joke, that's for sure.
For
And
sure.
everyone thinks that they have to have the one client forever. No, you're as good as your last client. You're finished with that client, but you got to have more. But how do you get more? Through other people in your own business, you see, and it makes you sharper.
Yeah.
And why not be in the help mode? Instead of doing something for money, do something for no money. Go help somebody in your own business that needs help. I guarantee you, when you do that, your business gets better because you start figuring out your own problems through other people. This is what I've been taught. My own mentors, been years ago, taught me, drilled that in my head, and I always pushed it away. I always says, no, I don't want to do that. Why should I help anybody? Just find somebody who needs help and go help them, will you? And you know what they do? They help somebody that needs help one day. It's in Christianity. It's in the Bible. It's in everything. You need to be that in servitude to people. The
Mhm.
money is already built in. So just go help them. Help people move, you know, in real estate. Help people have legal. It's just helping them. You're not saying, you know, it's money related. You're
Mhm.
not. Anyway, you know, that's a philosophy. And
Yeah.
all the biggies talk about it. Anthony Robbins, Grant Cardone, they all talk about this stuff. Jay Shetty, all those guys, they talk about all this. You got to be in servitude. Dr. Dwayne Dyer, and name them all. You know, if you're not doing that, you're on the wrong track. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my philosophy. I don't want
That's
to preach, but
that's real. Portia said Zig Ziglar. If you help people get what you want, you get what you want.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portia, you know, on that, that's a nice thing. If we could get you on here right now, if you could just introduce yourself and, you know, share what you do, you know, what your plan is and how you're serving. Please come on online.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's been a while, but I like everything that Frank just said because it is so true. Because I think a lot of times we forget that, you know, a lot of us, we came into what we're doing because we experienced something, and because of that we got into our business so that other people don't ever have to experience it, right? So everything that we're doing is meant to be a service, right? To other people. And I think we forget that a lot. So that's why collaboration is so important, because in order for us to serve the world, we have to do it together, because I alone cannot heal the whole, you know, trillion or billions of people on this continent, right? So if I tap into you, and it's so funny because I am a mortgage agent, I'm a financial advisor, plus I'm a credit coach, right? And the reason why I never thought that this was what I was going to be doing, because my whole goal was to work on my nonprofit, which is Grace Found Me, where I'm helping the young people to dream big, right? But then I realized that in order for me to be of service to the young people, I have to switch my target to the older generation, which is the previous generation. And it's about, how do I serve the previous generation so that that generation can do better, so that the representation that the next generation sees is a better representation, right? So I started looking at, okay, what are some areas that I can tap into that can heal communities, especially marginalized communities, immigrant communities, Black communities, all those underprivileged communities, right? And I saw that, okay, I have years of experience at the bank, you know, as a credit analyst. I learned about credit. So how can I use this skill that I have to serve the community, right? So then I started doing credit coaching, because before I was doing it for free, and everybody's like, listen, you're helping us save all this money, monetize it, monetize it, monetize it, right? At first, it was hard, because I think sometimes when we want to serve, we are stuck in a place of, oh my God, I just want to give of myself. But then God is like, it's okay to monetize on it, right? It's okay to monetize on it, but then we're afraid to do it.
Absolutely,
Because we want to serve, we want to serve, we want to serve, but it's okay to monetize on your experiences when you give it to people. So then I started helping people in the community to fix their credit. And I was getting results like that. I helped somebody increase their credit in 2 weeks, 90 points, right? By just teaching them the tools that I learned as a credit analyst at one of the 5 major banks. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to fix your credit, fix it for them, because they're the ones that are going to look at it, right? Don't fix it for your mama, because your mama don't care. Mama can't give you nothing, right? Fix it for those people that are actually looking at those things, right? So then I started doing credit because I saw that was a space that I will say the BIPOC community, a lot of them have bad credit. And I don't mind saying it, like a lot of Black folks, a lot of immigrant people have bad credit. And it's not because they have bad credit, it's just because where they're coming from, right? They don't have financial education. And when they come here, TD, RBC, all of them do not do them a disservice. They just go and shove credit cards down their throat, right? You go there to get a bank account and you leave with a credit card. And they're like, oh my God, back home I didn't have no money to eat. Now I have $1,000. Let me go eat and buy all these things, right? So then I started helping people with their credit. And then I also realized that I started doing research into home ownership. And I realized that in that community as well, the home ownership gap is so big, right? There's not a lot of homeowners. And it's because a lot of them don't even know how to. So then I was going to do real estate, but I realized, okay, mortgaging is the biggest part of real estate, right? Your real estate deal might not go through because you can't get a mortgage. So then I started looking at the mortgage industry, and then I became a mortgage agent. I worked in that area, and then I wanted to serve on a deeper and impactful level. So I went and became a licensed financial advisor, because I want to take people from the beginning to the end. And I actually created a program called Pathway to Homeownership, where we're helping people from financial, before you even get a mortgage. Don't come to me unless we've done a financial analysis. And the reason why was because growing up, like, for example, for myself, I call a lot of us were latchkey kids, right? And a lot of us were as latchkey kids because our parents bought this home to make our lives better. But then when we got into the home, they were never there because they were working, right? So if I could help a family become more financially conscious and analyze what's within their means, we can buy homes and now start bringing the families together through finances, because that home doesn't become a burden. Your kids don't hate you, and your kids are not on the streets because you're not there. And we have 12-year-olds taking care of 5-year-olds. And that's not okay. Right? So that's in a nutshell what it is that I do. And my whole goal is just to heal the family unit so that we can really start normalizing legacy building, because I believe that those communities, we deserve it. We need to do it. And how do we do it? We do it through becoming more financially literate, right? We do it through tapping into different resources. I love community. I'm always the first person to work with everybody, because I feel like I can't pull the whole world on my own shoulder. I need everybody pulling their weight so that we can all do it together and we can all have a better world that we hand over for the next generation. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Wow, that's amazing.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
So Portia, everyone heard anything, Portia? Anyone have any comments or any questions for Portia while she's on here? What she explained?
Well, I'm just a fan. It's like everything I've ever taught and learned, and you're just saying the same things. It all comes after you help somebody, and you know what your heart is. Your heart is to make sure they're okay. Well, when they're okay, you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is the unknown is that they refer you. They're talking about you. Who's your best advocate? It's your best client.
Yeah.
You and that becomes over deliver, under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
If you stick by that, they're advocating for you. It's
Mhm.
like, who's that person that did that financial thing for you? Well, it's Portia Boateng. Oh,
Yeah.
who the heck is that? Well, you should see what she did. Now, you
Yeah.
can't buy that kind of advertising, can you?
No.
You can't pay people to say that about you, but
Yeah.
you do the right thing or over deliver. I'm talking red carpet treatment, like royalty. They're talking about you. And how much more effort is that? What, 10% more effort?
Mhm.
This is where it's at, right? You're doing it. Let's commend you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you, Frank, as well for all the insight that you're giving and the good energy, the good vibes, the good information, and that's what it's about, because within the Create Wealth Network, that's one thing that we really emphasize: wealth being a feeling, right? And us sending love to each other, on a frequent basis, that's really where we're going to get where we want to get to. Just keep sending that love, that good energy to each other, motivating each other, encouraging each other, and sharing insights with each other. And just like Frank was talking about earlier, the more you serve, the more you're going to see blessings coming to your life. Francisca, thank you for joining us. Please, the floor is yours. Tell us more about who you are, what you do, any stories you need to share, and just general thank you for being on the Wealthy Link Up. Please, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to speak to Chantal, but she's gone. I raised my hand, maybe you didn't see it. So I guess I cannot share what I wanted to tell her.
Well, the replay, I think someone asked, the replay will be sent to everyone. So everyone will get the replay. So hopefully she watches the replay. So go ahead, say it to her as if she's here.
Okay, Chantal, my name is Francisca. I'm a real estate investor. I just wanted to share something with you. I met my late real estate agent. He has passed away in 2004. And every month, we sat at the same table. Every month, he called to say hello. 11 years later, I had to buy my condo. Who was the person I thought of?
Yeah.
But he was out of town, so I got somebody else. But I told him that I couldn't find you, you were out of town. But I used him twice. And I told him the last real estate agent was a cheap guy. He gave me $50 to go and have a cleaning lady clean my condo for half a day. I told the guy, that's a cheap guy. So I'm going to use you, but don't be cheap on me. You know what he did? He said at the end, what do you want as a gift? I said, I love books. Tell me the books that you want and I'll buy them. I said, how many? He said 5. He bought me 5 books that I love. The second time again, I used him 4 years after I sold my condo and I bought it. I used him again. And this time he gave me $250.
Wow.
He has sold real estate for 50 years.
Wow. Wow.
So he kept in touch with me every month for 11 years. That is persistence.
Wow.
Wow.
So I wanted to share that with her. Oh, she's back.
You
Chantal,
see that? That's a law of attraction right there. You called it right back.
Chantal, did you hear what I
that
said?
message was for you, Chantal.
Law of attraction.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Did you
so
hear?
sorry. Yes, my pastor's mom called at the same
Oh.
time, so I was like, "Oh Jesus,
Okay.
let me get
All
her
right.
word."
Okay.
Thank
you can
you.
call me.
I got a bit of that of just how much someone poured into you and the relationship aspect of how empowering that is, and it clearly made a big impact.
Oh yes,
for
50
you.
years he sold real estate.
Wow.
Every month he called me once every month, just for 5 minutes. Hello, this is Aubrey Langhorne speaking. How are you doing? You know of anybody looking for? Every month religiously. He never failed. So that's what you should do. You should do that until the person says, stop calling me, or the person dies. Yes. I was
And then
in
you'll
network
text
marketing. They
message,
say
right?
call the person all the time until they say stop calling me or the person dies.
So true.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'll talk about.
Thank you.
So I am a breast cancer thriver. I am a certified health and life coach, a former educator. I have taught ESL and French for over 20 years in the United States, in Canada, and China.
Wow.
From middle school to university. I'm a speaker and I am an author of 4 books, and I am a Woman on Fire 2023 honoree, and Richard was there doing all kinds of interviews. I am also an author of 4 books, this last weekend I was on a panel discussion, and I spoke about a cancer,
Oh,
and the
nice.
title of my book is How I Conquered Breast Cancer Without Chemotherapy,
Oh
My
my
Journey
gosh.
from a Mess to a Message. And
Wow.
this Sunday, I will be speaking at the GPS meeting on public speaking is not a death sentence.
I
Wow.
love that.
I really love that topic when I saw that, because it's so true. Like, we're all so scared of it, but it's the best thing you could ever do. It releases you. Therapy.
Yes, I will tell you how you can make it so that you won't die. Nobody dies from speaking. I'm telling you. There are people who have done other things that they have died from, but not from public speaking.
That's true.
So, Frank, if you could be on Sunday, it would be good.
Oh, well, whenever this next one, send me something. I'll be there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, can I say something?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. That's what
I know.
the link up
I know
is. Let's
before. You know what? I know before I reached out to Francesca. I'm gonna put myself out here, okay, Francesca? I reached out to you, and I wanted to have a conversation with you, right? But now I know why I reached out to you in the first place, right? Because I'm relaunching my podcast, right?
Okay.
I've been doing my podcast called Submitted to Serve Under My Friend, but God is calling me to transition to mine called Grace Found Me, and I'm gonna have you on. So I'm committing to that in front of everybody.
Okay, you got to pay me. Got to pay me.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
I don't speak for free now. Everybody want me to speak. They're gonna start to pay me now.
We'll talk. No, because I like your stuff. So now I think the podcast would be a better avenue to share your message.
I definitely want to double down on that too. Since we're breaking bread already, I would love for everyone for Well Top Podcast is sparking as well. I see Portia, definitely want you on as a guest. Francisco, we got a little small piece of you, but we want a nice full session. And Frank, I would love to have you on the show as well. On the Well Top Podcast. You seem to have a wealth of knowledge as well. And as well as you, Chantel, like the floor is open, and it's just another avenue for us to get our story out there, because everyone has a unique story, right? And it's a story that makes us who we are, and and that's something that on the other side, the person who's listening or watching can be inspired by, right? You never know who you're inspiring, right? And that's why I feel everyone's message, needs to get heard. So thank you for starting that, Portia. I definitely wanted to double down on that. But Francisca, continue.
Yeah. Okay. So what was I saying now? So yes. So that's me. And my dream is for my book to get to media, and also Oprah, if Oprah can, because this book will change lives. Because everyone thinks that they have to use chemo, and chemo. I have lost 5 family members to cancer. 5. So the chemo, for some people, they survive, other people, they die, but they're alternatives. So I want this to be in as many hands as possible. You don't have to die. It is not a death sentence if it is caught early. Yeah, just like public speaking, it is not a death sentence. So too, breast cancer, if it's at its early stage, you can catch it. You can prevent it. You can prevent yourself from passing away.
Francisca, if you don't mind, can you share a few things of some things what you did to help nurture yourself and cure yourself? Like a few excerpts, like in terms of what was it that you've done to heal yourself without using chemotherapy?
I don't use a microwave anymore. I moved to my place. I don't use a microwave. Because microwave has radiation. So all my friends and family know, if you come to my house, don't say, oh, where's your microwave? You use the stove to heat it up. While you're heating up, you could be doing something else. I don't use a microwave. I don't use to clean my home, I use vinegar and water. All those things that we use, environmental toxins, are bad for you, the chemicals.
Mhm.
I don't use polish on my nails. You know how people go for manicures, and
Yes.
so when I go, I don't
yes.
use nail polish because those are chemicals. What I put on my body is organic butter. It's expensive, $35. Whatever I put on my body and in my body, I don't eat stuff like pizza, sausage, pepperoni, hamburgers. All those things are, and then smoked turkey, smoked meat. I avoid meat, wheat, sugar, dairy. You know, I focus more on the G bombs: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. So when
Wow.
I go to work, I have a day job. They all know me. I don't go near the microwave, and I bring salads and fruit for my lunch. Some people say, "Oh, are you not still hungry?" It's all a mindset. At least I got food, right? What about
Yeah.
people who don't have any food?
Mhm.
So I'm very careful where I go. There are certain invitations I have turned down because I'm not going to eat the hamburger and hot dog, and I don't want anybody to get offended that, oh, you
Yeah.
came and you didn't eat.
Mhm.
So I've
Your
changed all
choice.
of that. And also I detox my body. I did a kidney, liver detox, kidney, mucus, lymphatic detox. If you do a
Oh.
liver detox, you got to stay home. Stay by the bathroom. You cannot go out, otherwise you'll regret it. You have to stay
Right.
literally by the bathroom.
Right.
So I did a liver detox and I lost 5 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Did
And
you
I've
ever
Wow.
do
exercised. Yeah.
did you ever do an enema?
A what? Enema? No.
Enema. People have done that.
I've done something like that. Not the enema, because the enema I think you put in your rectum side, right? I
Yeah.
did I forgot what it was called, but it was like something like that where it goes through your large intestines and clears it out. Because I had a few years ago, I had like
You went to the place, right? You went to the place to do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah,
like a
'cause
flush.
a flush, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Honestly, it was so relieving. I'll be honest, because I had like a little discomfort in my gut, like in my stomach, and I did some research and something like that. Like it cleansed it, and I felt so much fresher, like even moving around and stuff. So like even Francisca, the stuff you're talking about, a lot of people are not, really aware of all these cleanses and these different things that we're able to do to ourselves. So thank you. You just give us a little piece, but it just shows.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, there's so much different components of our body that that we have to pay attention to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Health.
And I took a lot of supplements. I didn't take the vaccine. I was advised by my naturopathic doctor not to take it. So during COVID, I took 10 supplements. 10.
Wow.
That's a lot. 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. So I was very careful, and I'm lucky. Yeah. And I've missed dying 6 times too. So God has a plan for me.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Amen.
You're here. You're here. That's part of the plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
With
exactly.
us. That's for sure.
So what
Yeah.
did you use for your liver cleanse?
What did I do? I went to my naturopathic doctor. I have a naturopath, and she told me, do not advertise my name on social media. I want to stay alive. No, it's true, because there was this.
True though.
No,
I know.
no,
It's
there was
serious.
this guy, Dr.
serious.
Sebi, who
Yeah.
said he knows a cure for cancer, and they killed him.
Oh, sure.
Dr. Sebi, yes, she told them. She tells everybody, don't put my name on social media. I want us to remain low key.
No, I understand.
So can
for
we
sure.
get low key access then?
Yeah, I can give you a name, but please don't advertise it.
No.
Media.
I'm not. I'm only on social media because I need it for my business. Okay. Apart from that, I don't want to be on it.
Naturopaths are great.
Very good. Yeah.
They're great. They say avoid doctors at all costs. And that's because you can take care of your own health. You don't need that. Of course, surgeons are different, but come on, you can do this.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
oncologist was very upset when I refused the chemo. I used wisdom, because when I went to see him, he said, I'm going to give you 2 choices. I either a cut off your breast, first option, and the second option, I'm going to remove the lump and you do chemo. So I knew what I was going to do. I said, remove the lump, then I'll do chemo. So when he removed the lump, then I said, I'm not going to do the chemo.
Yeah, it's good. You got to keep your breast.
Oh, good one.
Exactly. And you're still here smiling, with us, so we thank God. You know,
Oh, wow.
that's one thing that definitely is insightful because yeah, doctors they go to school to practice medicine and surgery, right? So in terms of prevention, you know, that's not really their forte, right? It's more
No.
you go there when there's something wrong, and then they do what they can do. We love them because you know we definitely need them, but you know they're there for medication and surgery, right? So
Yeah,
the before that we have to do you know all the things that we need to do on our end
absolutely.
and you know for sure for our well-being.
And also, people need to know their patient bill of rights. It states you have the right to refuse treatment. Some people say if your doctor says jump, you're going to say how high. You should ask, why should I jump?
Yeah,
You don't
I
have to
agree.
always have to jump. There are certain things that he has asked me to do. I say yes, but I don't do it. For example, once I had a bad cold, I went to him. He said that I should go and buy a nasal spray over the counter. I said, okay, thank you. And guess what? I didn't go buy. I'm not gonna be stuffing stuff in my nose. I'm not gonna do. But I just said thank you. I didn't
Yeah.
argue with him.
That's
You
right.
don't. You
Yeah,
know, you have to know your body, do your research. Because when
yeah.
I asked the oncologist, apart from losing my hair, what are the side effects? Oh, you get tired. I said, that's not a side effect because I'm always tired. So when I went home,
I
I
love
did
it.
my I did my research,
That's good.
16 side effects of chemotherapy. So I
Wow.
said, I'm not taking it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Francisca.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time, and yeah, you definitely filled us with some information in that short period of time. Let's call someone else out. Hitin Mehta. Hitin, thanks for joining us. Let us know what do you do, what's your business, you know, how can you serve, you know, and how are you open to break bread? Talk to us. Are you here with us, Hitin?
Yes, I am. How's everybody doing?
Good, good. You have a camera
Great.
there.
I'm actually driving, so I'm not gonna come on camera and get a speeding ticket or something like that. But I will communicate. I can speak. So yeah, my name is Hitin. I am by schooling. I am a mechanical engineer, and then I essentially took a different path and I started my own business. I have a general contracting business, so I'm a contractor, and I also am a real estate agent. So that's how I actually got introduced to the Create Wealth Network through Richard, because we're at the same brokerage.
Yeah.
Richard told me about the program on our bus ride to the boat cruise, and by the time we got there, I had signed up for Create Wealth Network, and since then, I've been following the program, which has helped me a lot. I have fallen off a few times because everybody has excuses, but life gets busy or what have you, or you go through a few things. So, but it actually has helped a lot. It keeps you going. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, so I know you do contract work, right? Talk a little more on that.
So I'm a general contractor. I do renovations for commercial properties, residential properties. Um, anything from putting up a new building to changing the baseboards in your house or painting a room in your house. No project is too small or too big. So yeah, that's what I do. I don't limit myself to anything. A lot of people say, okay, I just do this, I just do that. I have a lot of sub trades that I can, call upon to get any of my projects completed. So if anybody's looking for any renovation services or new builds, thanks to Doug Ford, we're able to build houses in our backyards now, or front yards. Working on some projects like that in the near future. Have a few opportunities, so I'm working on that. Once I get one done, then I'll showcase that on my website and social media to kind of let people know like that they can do it and what the process would be, and we can give you a turnkey process. So yeah, those are the type of projects that we do.
Nice, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Hitin or anything? Yeah, I think Francisca, go ahead.
Yeah, what's your contact? I'm going to contact you. I need some work done in my condo.
Yes, we're breaking bread. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will. Do you want my phone number? I can put my phone number out there. No worries.
Go ahead, man.
647-283-8394.
Good stuff.
Okay, 647-283-8394. Do you work in Scarborough or is it too far for you?
I go where the money comes.
Okay. All right. It's good to know that because there's some people who only work in a certain area. Okay.
Yeah,
so I'll contact you.
Yeah, I work as far as like Milton on the east end, and then on the west end. On the east end, I go as far as Whitby, and then Toronto is just Toronto, and then I will go as far as about Newmarket north.
Okay.
And then after that, that's where I cut it off.
So where do you live? Brampton?
I live in Brampton right now. I used to live in Markham for 20 years of my life. I just recently moved to Brampton a year and a half.
Everybody lives in Brampton.
Hey, I got a very good deal, so I had to move to Brampton, but I do not choose to live in Brampton. Like if I had a choice, I don't want to live in Brampton, but
okay. All right.
Nothing wrong with Brampton, man. Nothing wrong.
Okay. I'll contact you.
I'm not saying anything. Yes,
right.
I will look forward to your phone call.
Okay,
All
I'll
right,
contact you after. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Francisca. Thank you, Hitin. We have Johans. Johans, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Unmute yourself and talk to us, man. Let us know what it is that you do, and how you serve and how we can help you grow, man.
No, absolutely. So my name is Johanse, and I essentially, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I love this forum. Essentially what I do, and sorry, I don't have much light here, but I provide generational wealth planning and financial literacy to individuals and families. So through different means, through life protection, through investments, and I absolutely love that because everybody can, all of you could agree that financial literacy is not something that everyone has, but it's something everyone needs in some shape or form. And I believe we're all Canadian here, but or maybe not, but because I heard Milton and Whitby. But there's a stat from 2017 from the Guardian in the UK that Black wealth in the US is going to be $0 by 2053. Now, that's not to say that only one race we have to worry about, but what it says to me is that a lot of people don't have that knowledge. And my goal is, no matter who you are, no matter your creed or your background, doesn't matter, is to provide that information and to sit down with families or individuals to find, okay, what obstacles or problems are you facing, what goals you want to achieve. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love to sit down with people. So I'm always willing to help people figure out what you need to do from a financial standpoint. And I always look to build a team as well too, in terms of if there are people who I can refer to as well, like the people in this group who I can refer people to who I may come across in terms of clients, I would happily do that. As long as you're ethical and you're truthful. I know I can count on you to provide services or provide referrals to other people. So that's a little bit about myself. If there's anything else you want to know, I'm here to talk.
All right. Anyone have any questions for Johanse?
Yeah, did you say you provide financial support? I didn't quite. You spoke really fast, so I didn't catch it.
Oh, my apologies. I speak quickly when I'm excited. So I do financial literacy, and I provide generational wealth planning for individuals and families. So that encompasses a lot of different things, but primarily through life protection, through investments that I provide with people that provide guarantees, so to help to make sure they're not losing it. But the most important thing I teach people is that whatever you do, whatever asset you have or what have you, you have to make sure you can protect it and pass it on to the next generation. And next generation doesn't necessarily have to be your children. It could be someone who you care about. You can pass it on, nieces, nephews, friends, whomever. And I always give the example of Chadwick Boseman, who Black Panther, who he didn't have a will in place, and his wife got $1 million, his parents got $1 million, and then the government got like 1.3 million. And that's a shame because we pay too much taxes. The government does not need any more money. That was a believe it or not, that was a happy ending, because a lot of cases when it comes to that, families don't necessarily agree in terms of how things are split. So that was a happy ending. Most things don't happen that way. And on top of that, the fact that his estate got so much money, the government just says, okay, we're going to take all the taxes. We're going to take all the money, be it based on taxes. So I help people understand that, to make sure that they can avoid those taxes, and as well to outpace inflation. So I always provide solutions that to ensure that whatever you're doing, and I'll say this and I'll stop. Whatever I tell, whatever I do in terms of giving people advice is, make sure your money is always in motion. That means that it's growing for you. Things that are like petty cash, like you can use to pay like a rent or your mortgage or buy groceries or go to the movies, that's petty cash. That's what you just spend when you want to. But if you have things sitting around, I tell people, like, you need to have that put in a place where it can grow and outpace inflation, because inflation is not our friend, and it is always there. So those are some of the things I teach people, and I explain how they can work, and I do it all complimentary. So whether people want to proceed or not, they're going to get some good information from myself, and I'm happy to do that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. As I mentioned early in this session, this is the first session, right? So, I wanted to really focus on like everyone introducing themselves, and hopefully next session everyone invites more people as well. Everybody's invited. All different age groups, different cultures. Everyone's invited to the Wealthy Link Up. And it's good that a nice foundation that we're setting right now. And it seems everyone is very service orientated, which is amazing. Let's get to David. David, thank you for joining us.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. No complaints. No complaints.
All right, David, tell us more about what you do, who you are, and how you could serve.
All right. My name is David Rod. I'm a mortgage broker, principal mortgage broker. So I own a mortgage brokerage, Limitless Solutions Financial Group. What I focus on is I help homeowners, existing homeowners, realize how to make their mortgage tax deductible, how to pay it off faster, how to use that home equity to invest in secure investments, i.e. real estate mortgage investing. I wrote a book about it, House Rich, Cash Poor, No More. And that's the philosophy that I believe.
All right. So yeah, go deeper into that. You wrote a book, so you must have some more details. Can you expand on your philosophy?
Yeah. So I mean, essentially, a lot of us were afraid of using, like, we have this, one of the red banks talk about, they have commercials, you're richer than you think, which I completely believe, right? The philosophy that we use now is we take our money, we put it into a checking account, we make no interest on there. We put it over to a savings account with Orange Bank, and we get maybe 1% per year. Right. And we pay down our mortgage, right, every single year for 25 or 30 years. Right. So, my philosophy is leverage. Right. So use that equity in your home and purchase other properties, invest in yourself, invest in business. Do things, obviously, because we're using home equity, we want to make sure it's minimal risk as possible. We don't want to do something that we don't really have control over. But we really want to just leverage up that money, because, just sitting in the bank's account, they're leveraging that money, lending it back to us and stuff like that, and making 10 times over, and we're not doing the same thing. So ideally, because I'm into mortgages and private lending and stuff like that, most of my clients, if they don't have a vehicle in which they want to invest in themselves, then I show them how to invest in private lending, which is being a private lender for mortgages. So I'm making, 10 to 15% returns a year, fixed, secured, things that are secured, asset backed. Those are the type of investments we like to use our home equity for. And then in regards to, like, making a mortgage tax deductible, in the US, mortgages are tax deductible, but in Canada, they're not. So, there's a system that's been proven for decades called the Smith maneuver. I'm a certified Smith maneuver professional. So, I teach people how to implement the Smith maneuver to make their mortgage tax deductible, because what that can do is that can generate, maybe 10,000, maybe 15,000, maybe 1,000 tax refunds every single year for doing the exact same thing that you're doing. and we can take that money and simply reapply that to the mortgage to get us to our mortgage freedom date a lot faster.
Wow. Oh, this is in your book?
Yeah, most of it is in the book, yes.
I have a question. What did you say? Certified Smith what? Smith
Uh,
Souls? What was that? Smith something?
Yeah, certified Smith maneuver professional.
Can you spell? Can you put it in the chat?
Every time I gotta Google the right spelling of it, you know.
Smithsonian. I heard Smithsonian. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, Smith. Whatever. Can you spell it? S-M-I.
Maneuver.
I'm putting in the chat.
Okay, I heard Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. A maneuver.
Oh,
yeah.
A certified maneuver. I swear to God, I heard Smithsonian.
Yeah, no.
I have a question, David.
Okay,
Definitely,
yeah,
Portia.
okay, go ahead.
Because I've heard this concept before. Who did you learn from? Who kind of brought this whole idea thing into play?
The Smith maneuver?
Yeah.
It's funny. I read the book when I was in high school, just leaving high school, and I didn't own a home. Had no reason to even, read that book, but it was just something I came across, and I only applied it later in life. But the guy he passed away, right? Because he's a lot older. But his son, Robinson Smith, he's heading it up now, and he's trying to spread the word out to get people to understand and implement the Smith maneuver. It's a strategy that goes along with the CRA. So, there hasn't been any like challenges and stuff like that, like other strategies and stuff that'll get you into hot water. So it's really just about getting yourself into the right mortgage product that allows you to just do so much things, right? So I'm going to answer your question. I want to go a little bit deeper onto your question. So traditionally, majority of us have a conventional mortgage product. But there are these new, what I call like hybrid mortgage products that have come on the market over the past years, and not a lot of people are using them. They're called like readvanceable mortgages. So these are the mortgages that we're setting up homeowners, investors with, because if you're prudent with your money, if you're not prudent with your money, it's a disaster. Don't get it at all. But if you're prudent with your money and you do have some discipline, these are the mortgages that really allow you to accelerate the pay down, really allow you to pull out that equity and invest in other investments and stuff like that. But again, they can also get you into trouble if you're not good with your money. So you just have to be truthful to yourself and know, know what you can do. Did that answer the question, Portia?
Yeah, it did. And I have another question. Okay. So How are you educating people about this? Like, what have you done to spread this message?
Yeah, so one, I launched a book, right? So that's available on Amazon, different bookstores in Canada, US, and stuff like that. So that way. Also, I have a YouTube channel that I'm going to start growing. I haven't been that consistent with it yet, but I often speak at like different real estate investment events, different money shows. Like I was just at the Vaughan Real Estate Advisors event, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. So different seminars where real estate investors are. I usually speak there. The Wealth Expo, I think they have it like every year. And then I do, webinars every so often, and I do like funnels. Like, so I do like I'll make a video and I'll post it on Facebook and pay for advertisement so that it reaches other people, and then they can go through a funnel and eventually book an appointment with me.
Okay, so send me your number. I would love to collaborate.
Sure. I'll put it right in the chat right now.
Let's break bread.
And I would also love to host you at one of my mortgage events, mortgage webinars that I do.
Mhm.
I have a pathway to homeownership program, and I think this could be a good segue to help them, because we're about building wealth, right?
Of course, yeah.
But not just because I think when it comes to, I know so many people who have just eaten their equity. Like, there's no reason why we don't have any wealth transfer in our community. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And most of the reason is because a lot of people have been living in homes for 30 years and still have $500K in mortgages on it. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because somebody got a hold of them and told them they needed to refinance. This happened to my mom, so I'm talking from experiences. Somebody told them they finance without telling them what refinancing actually means.
Yeah.
That money ain't yours.
Yeah.
It's not yours. You're borrowing that money. So I think it'll be good if you can come on. I'm a mortgage agent too, but that's okay. In this season, I'm focused on financial. No, but in this, let me be real. In this season, because the financial education is so low, that's where I'm focused on in this season. So I don't mind you coming on. I do a lot of webinars sitting on, and I think this will hounding a lot of people. A lot of people will come. Sometimes I have 40, 60 people on my webinars. They will come and they will tap into this, and then you can just grab them and help them, teach them these strategies, because that's the only way. If the Black wealth is going to be zero by 2053, this is the only way that we can start to increase that, so that in 2053, the Black wealth is not zero. And we can actually start the wealth transfer. We can start finally transferring wealth too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's about. So I will definitely hit you up. I'll put my number in here, because we have to do better.
Yeah.
So that we have to be, this is a talent that we have, right? Instead of me going to get my Smith, whatever it's called, certificate, you have it, you just hound in on your expertise, okay? I'll do mine, you do yours, okay? I'm not trying to do you, right? You hound in on.
We're just gonna serve and give value, and the chips will lie where they
You have
lie.
a book on it, so I don't need to be learning it. You know it, right? I don't need to be hiring. I don't need to be getting a Harvard degree when I can hire somebody who went to Harvard. That's just what. Okay. So my number is, I'm gonna put my number here. So let's connect. Let's collaborate.
Okay. All right. That's amazing. And everyone, the form that gets sent out as well, and that you got emailed in, we're also asking for your contact on there. Those forms will send out to everyone that's on here. Because this is the first session of the Wealthy Link Up. We're hoping the next session we more than double. Everyone that's on here goes and calls people to come on, right? And we continue to grow, and we continue to share each other's contacts. I'm loving the networking that's happening already, in this session. That's exactly what the goal was. Rochelle, we have Rochelle here. Rochelle, the floor is yours. Let us know what you do. Can you hear us, Rochelle?
Fine.
Hello. You're cutting in and out. Go ahead.
The time I can talk, the phone's acting up now.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on, let me see. Can you hear me?
Yep. We can hear you.
Oh. Okay, hi, hello everyone. Okay.
Hi.
My employment sector. I'm a job developer. Hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we heard you say developer.
Chat.
You're cutting in and out. Hello? I think Rochelle's having a bit of technical difficulties. Rochelle, yeah, anytime you're thinking, can you try again? Try again.
Maybe log in and back out.
Yeah, try logging in, logging back out. And we'll probably hear you better.
Oh, hello.
Okay, we have Andrea here. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. Please share what you do, what your business is about, how you can serve your community. Andrea? Here, let me ask her to unmute. Okay, I don't know if maybe her thing's not connected also. But yeah, no, thank you everyone. I think we got through everyone that's on here right now. And that's amazing. Everyone, shared so much, and I appreciate everyone for being an open book, and not withholding information, right? Because that's really how everyone's going to grow, by just letting the information out there, putting it out there, and for us to open up, because that is really and truly what networking is, right? And I want to go into this next little segment here, where pretty much I want us to, like expand on questions, right? So I just want to go over a few questions, and any of these questions, if they relate to your business, or if you could expand on them, please do so. Here we go. I got it right here. I'm just setting this up. Okay. Oh. Is this playing? Here, let me put autoplay. No. Presenter view. No. Oh, okay. Sorry, present. There we go. Technology. We have a few people in technology. I think Rochelle just joined us again. Rochelle, can you hear us? Rochelle? I guess okay. I guess she's joining. Her phone, her thing's lagging a little bit. But yeah, I wanna just go over a few more questions. Thank you everyone for the initial introduction, right? And over the year, and the time, we wanna get to know each other more, right? Because that's really what networking is. Getting deeper and deeper into what you do, get a better understanding. So as I go out, I'm pretty much a representative for you, right? And vice versa. Everyone could be a representative for each other, as we go on, with our professional experiences. Like, we know Frank does coaching, we want to know, okay, more about the coaching and go deeper into the coaching, right? So we can know, if it aligns with what we do, right? Portia's into, getting people into financial freedom. So you don't, maybe there's certain gaps in your life that you haven't even realized, right? But the more deeper that we get to know you, then we actually can know, okay, how we can fit in there and make that happen. So, I have these 21 questions that are over here, and I just want us to, go through them, and it's open floor. So if anyone wants to expand, if personally to themselves, right, and just explain with themselves, if you have stories to share, I want us to go through them, right? If you don't have no answer for them, that's fine. But that's pretty much this segment. I just want to go over these 21 questions, and as we go through them, it's an open floor. Anyone can actually participate and share, your insights in each one of them, right? So the first questions is, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur in this particular industry, in the industry you're in? What inspired you to be in the industry? Anyone want to jump in and answer that?
I can jump in.
All right, go ahead.
I think Rochelle will say that she's also ready.
Okay, Rochelle. Yeah, Rochelle, start it off for us.
Oh, hi, good evening. I'm not sure what quite happened. Sorry about that.
Okay.
But my name is Rochelle, and full-time I work in the employment sector. I'm a job developer, and I help individuals find work. And part-time I do Legal Shield. So I, like Mona was saying, inform families, individuals, business owners about affordable legal services. As well as I formed part of a social group for women of color. So it's called Brown Skin Brunchin'. So every month, me and my friend, we're co-ambassadors. We plan events for women of color. We have brunch every month, and we started a social group out of it. So we don't only have brunch, we also have other types of events to get women out, to network, to share, to grow. We're just building a community. So if anyone's interested, you're welcome to come. Like I said, it's once a month. It's called Brown Skin Brunchin'. Just download the app, register, and join our chapter. We have over 180 members as women, and there's chapters all over in the States, in the Caribbean, everywhere. You can go have brunch in New York, go have brunch in Jamaica, wherever.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you said that you help people find work. Can you expand on that?
Well, I work for an employment resource center. We get funding by Employment Ontario. So I'm a job developer. So we have clients that come into the resource center who are unemployed, underemployed, working less than 20 hours a week, looking for employment, and they might need some assistance. They might need like a job developer to assist them, just giving them leads on jobs, offering like a bit of motivation. We help them with their resume, cover letter. And then we also help them if they want to go back to school and get a grant through Better Jobs Ontario that the government offers for people. So yeah, I work in that capacity.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, within even the Create Wealth Network, there's something that I like to emphasize on called the 3 working steps, right? And you know, I think most of us go through these 3 working steps. You know, first you got to work for somebody, right? And you know, that's all of us. We start with that first step where we're working for someone. You're building up yourself. You're building up your business or whatever it may be, right? And then from when we get established, we get to a point where we get our thing taken off. Then we can start working for ourselves. Right. And then as we work for yourselves, eventually you realize that there's not enough time in a day for you to work for yourself to really get the results that you want. So then we start working with others. Right. And, you know, that's the top step right there. And that's pretty much what we're doing here with the Wealthy Link Up and, you know, and beyond is where, you know, we want to work with each other. Right. And, you know, that's something that I really want to even emphasize a lot on inclusivity, with all people, and that's something that we need, especially here in Canada. I believe everyone's in Canada. Canada and the US, I know we're heavily influenced by the US, but what I found in Canada is that the multiculturalism that we have is our greatest asset. I have friends and colleagues from all different communities, of all different races, and I feel that is so beneficial for me, even just communicating with other people. Like, I don't feel like uncomfortable talking to someone that's from Italy, right? Because I had a childhood friend from Italy that I grew up with, like one of my best friends, right? People from India, I live in Brampton, my neighbors are Indian, right? But we have to see these things as skills. We have to see these things as, okay, this is an advantage that we have here in this city, in this country, right? And I feel right now people don't realize how young Canada is. Canada is so young. Even Ontario, you go around and you see, all kinds of green space that's out there, has been untouched. You go other places in the world and there's something built everywhere, right? Canada is so young, and we really are the pioneers that are setting the foundation, for what's to grow over here. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Rochelle. Hopefully you'll be connected with us on all our Wealthy Link Ups, and you'll be inviting people to come join us as well. So I want you to start off with our first question here. So these are 21 questions that we're just going to go over. Everyone can answer. Everyone can piggyback off of answers. The whole thing right now is we want to grow our mindset. We want to, grow our level of consciousness and awareness, right? So, Rochelle, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur in your particular business?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that? I was just ordering something for my daughter to eat. What did you say?
Oh, no worries, no worries. You could do that. We could get back to another question. I think Portia was about to answer this question too. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur in your particular industry?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer. I gotta jump onto another meeting, but I think what inspired me to be an entrepreneur is the idea of, being able, especially, I have 6 children, right? And having 6 children, working 9 to 5 is not something that it's easy, right? I remember when I used to work, like I said, one of the big banks. And I remember one time my daughter school called saying that, she needs to come home because she's not feeling well. So I went to tell my manager, I need to leave. She's like, no, you can't. I'm like, what do you mean I can't? Like, my daughter's school called and they said she's not well and I'm the only person and I need to go. And I'm going. Right? And she's threatening me. So I left because at the end of the day, my family comes first, right? This is a job. This is not for my mom. This is not for my dad. right? It's not going to give me nothing out of it, right? And being able to become a parent first is key. And then also for the particular industry is also that I really want families to become more financially aware. Because, you know, right now my mission is focused on the family because I've realized that the separation of family a lot of times is due to financial disagreements in the household, right? They always say that the number one cause of divorce is financial disagreements, right? So if I could help remove the elephant in the room and help engage to teach parents how to engage not just the mom and dad, but engage the whole family, right? It's okay. We come from a culture, I'm African. We come from a culture where teaching kids about adult things is not okay, right? But we have to involve the kids when we're talking about money. Even having your child at the table when you're budgeting to hold the calculator and do 100 plus 200. That is still helping that kid to understand. So when they ask you why you can't buy those Pokemon cards, they are able to understand why you can't, because Jack, remember when you did the calculations, we only had this amount left and we allocated it to this, right? So now kids we can't just say, oh, we don't have money, because the kids will understand why, because we're teaching them, right? We're building the family. We're going back to the kitchen table and really developing the family. So that's why I do what I do. So thank you. I see y'all later.
Yeah, thanks, Portia. As always, you always give great insight. We appreciate
That's
you.
great, Portia. Thank you.
Yes, Frank. I think you were gonna jump in on this question too. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Help people, but let me ask you. Can I answer number 16?
Yes, please. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. Can you share any tips or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start their own businesses? I'd say the best way to start your own business is to help somebody start their own, because that's how you're going to learn how to start your own. See, the thing is, we settle when we are doing something for ourselves because we can make up excuses for everything. But when you're accounting to somebody else, help them start a business. So what does it take? What's the framework? You know, do you have to incorporate, or do you have to register a company, or do you have to have a software? You're going to figure this out for yourself when you help somebody else. And that's in every business. That's in every sales job or anything. And collaboration, this is why you just do it for someone else and it's helping you. You got a problem with something in your personal life, go help somebody with the same problem. You'll figure it out. That's how I can answer number 16.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. He said to help others, to help any tip and advice to start your own business, to help someone else start a business.
That is correct. Try it.
Wow,
I have done it 1,000 times and it works every time. Okay. This is why you help people. This is one of the reasons you help people, because you're supposed to be helping people, but you actually help yourself figure it out. You get to figure it out with them. You know, this is not something you do alone. This is why you reach out during COVID. You reach out during your sad times. It's a habit. You have to start to say, you know, if I feel down, I don't want to talk to anybody, I'm just going to pick up the phone. I don't care what they say to them. I'm just going to pick it up and talk. And all of a sudden you get out of that funk, don't you? You do. Because I'll tell you the other secret, or the secret ingredient, is energy. When you're tired, you're sad, but when you're up, you're not. So take a nap, get a meditation in, and then start going again. You know, a 15-minute deep dive nap going into your REM is equivalent to another 6 hours of waking time. People don't know that. But why don't you just cut back when your body says shut down? You know, siesta time in Europe is the norm. 2 o'clock. You can't find anybody at any retail store in the rural areas. They're all taking a nap, and they go to midnight. You see, it's a circadian rhythm. If you understand a little bit about that, then you know it's your energy. It's not because you're not worth it. You know, when you're tired, you want to throw everything out the window, everything you ever planned. You want to just say, forget everything. But when you're up, you go, hey, where is that? You know, I got to get to it again. Okay. Not only by experience, I've seen people go through it. There are different moods every time I talk to them. Sometimes I talk to my mentors every day, and they have different moods. I say, well, what is it? Did you have a nap? Did you get bad sleep or what? What is it? Yeah, it was terrible sleep. Energy. Energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop there.
Oh yeah, that's amazing, man. Thank you for expanding on that. And 100% energy is what it's all about. Like you even just in terms of approaching people and everything, you could just get the vibe just from energy, right? And that's one thing that especially even with networking that we want to do is we want to be approachable. We want to have the energy. So if it requires you getting a little nap, then get your nap, right? So that when because body language, they say, what is it, 80% communication, right? Is nonverbal, right? And maybe you do want to, interact with people, but just from your body language, you're unapproachable, right? And people sense that, with me, it happens all the time. Like I was doing some interviews at some event, and like you could see everyone that was approachable. Then there was one person I was approaching them, and they're giving me kind of a thing. They didn't say anything, but it was like, don't approach me, So I caught the vibe and I just went to someone else. But who knows, maybe they just weren't, they weren't well rested, like what Dave's saying, right? So yes, so that's amazing. So anything else on here? Any other questions that anyone wants to answer that you see that's over here? Thank you, Frank, for participating. Appreciate that.
I would just like to respond to question 1.
Yeah.
That the reason I'm involved with Legal Shield, many years ago, I was teaching and I'd done a very interesting program about voting with my students, real live voting. It's like from the start of the call of the election all the way to the speeches. And as a company in Toronto had heard about it, and they were really inspired and wanted me to rate 4 and 5 units, but they only wanted to give me a small honorarium, like $800 and some dollars. And I wanted my name. I didn't want just that. I wanted my name to be out there. But they wouldn't do that. So I contacted my Legal Shield provider lawyer, asked for some advice, and they said, tell them that you need to have your name written on it as author for them. And so that way it gives you visibility throughout. And they listened and they did that. And for me, that was really important. And then my sister had some interesting situations with one of these cell phone companies, sending her letters and saying she owed this and that. So I said to her, join this program, call the lawyer and ask for advice. And they connected with that company, wrote a letter, and the company apologized to her and stopped all the nonsense. And the third thing, I had a nephew who was being stopped by the police. It seems as though every 5 seconds she called and she told me about it. I said, well, he's covered under your plan. So therefore, I'd like you to give him your card. So whenever he's stopped, he doesn't have to answer any question. He just has to show the card and say, I'm calling my lawyer. That's it. And they stopped bothering him. And for those things I felt was really important. So that's why, but I also realized that some small businesses, because I had a small business, didn't realize a lot of things, you can get great coverage. And so I'm focusing on small business. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, just so I can help others in the community while supporting myself.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, I love how everyone here is so service-based. And that's really what we're looking for. And that's what we all want internally. People that are out here providing service. There are a lot of scams and a lot of snaky people that are out there, right? But I think there's more good than there is that, right? And that's why we want to create this stage and this platform, so we can continue to expand on that. So thank you so much, Mona. Appreciate you for sharing that. Right. So, from these questions, the 21st question that we have right now is a very simple question. How are you breaking bread? Right. With this wealthy link up, this is a big component of it, because breaking bread, it's a powerful symbol of unity and community, right? Breaking bread, it symbolizes the act of giving, nurturing relationships, and supporting others, which aligns with the law of compensation, right? Frank was talking about this earlier. True success is measured by the positive impact and upliftment you bring to the lives of others, surpassing material wealth and personal achievements. It lies in a number of lives you touch and the positive ripple effects you create. Embrace the power of breaking bread, both literally and metaphorically, to extend your hand and share knowledge and selflessly help others. In doing so, you leave a lasting legacy of true success and fulfillment. So how are you breaking bread? So if anyone here can even share, with your business, how are you able to break bread, right? And this is in all ways. We've been doing it all session today, right? But we just want to bring it to the forefront of our minds, right? Because a lot of people, of course, when you're in a professional industry, you're thinking about yourself. You think, okay, how can I benefit from going to this, right? Even this network event. Oh, how can I? Like, most people are thinking in terms of how they can benefit from it, but also think about how can you contribute to it? How can you break the bread so that everyone gets to have a piece? Everyone gets to share. Everyone gets to get value from what it is that you're doing in the marketplace. Anyone have anything to share? Maybe there's something that you're currently doing, or maybe something that you're thinking about doing, in order to break bread with others. Andrea, are you here? Okay, say Frank, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead,
no,
Frank.
I'm just happy to. I just want to take the floor. But what I do on a daily basis, every evening, I make a list of 5 people that I don't know that I call, and every Sunday night I plan my week. So those are just 2 habits I do. But the one reason I call other people is the same reason I was talking about before. It's all I do is, how's business? How are you feeling? How can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
And then the conversation just starts to roll from there. That who is being called to ask about that? Not even their own spouses are asking about that, and not even their bosses or anything. You are. And the appreciation you get from the whole thing. But that's the reason I do. And the next thing I ask them, what do you do? And then they tell me, then, well, how can I help your business? And it just rolls from there. And then it's reciprocated. What do you do? But it's that initial call. But you know what? It's not a passive thing. It's an active thing. It's a plan, and if you really want to do that and be enriched, you have to plan to do that and make the list. You block a time, an hour, or have spread it out. But I like blocking it out because I get it done and go and keep going. And then I keep a list of their names and I build a database for myself. And it is not selfish. It's, I always want to help them. I don't care if they don't do business with me. All I know is that I reached out. And what are we doing on this earth? Otherwise, I don't know. Money's easy for me. I mean, it's not an easy thing for some people, but it's mathematics, but everything else requires your time. And if you don't make enough money to free the time, you can't take care of relationship, your spiritual life, your health, your family, your friends. You can't nurture that with 0 time, but you got all the money in the world. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's what I do.
Frank, you just honestly, because your name's familiar, but now I remember you reached out to me. That's amazing. And honestly, Frank,
I did.
Yeah, I remember. And you know what's interesting? When you did reach out, I did, because I do get a lot of calls where, and I'm sure all of us do, where you get a call and you're expecting them to withdraw something from you. Right. But Frank, when he called, I even asked him, I said, what do you need? Oh no, I'm just connecting, seeing how you're doing. I'm in real estate too. And it was such a good call because it ended without him wanting anything. Right. It's so powerful. And then now look, we're here connecting again. That's amazing.
Look at that. You brought this to me after that. I said, I'm going.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
and we gotta stay connected. Like I said, we gotta get featured on the podcast. And that's a form of breaking bread as well. And I want to get into that too, because when in terms of real estate and everything, and not just real estate but business in general, the follow-up is a key component, right? A lot of people go to networking events, come on networking sessions such as this one, and then after the event's done, we're not networking anymore, right? So in terms of follow-up, I want to challenge everyone here to make a follow-up exchange. Like we've seen a few people put their contacts. We also have the form. Like I said, when the forms are filled, we're going to share everyone's contact that was on the session, as well as what you do and what your services are, right? And we're going to send it out to the list, to all of our database. We have about 9,000 people on our email list, right? But we're going to send it to everybody, right, with your services, because just like what Frank said, we're here. We want to serve, and we want to be of value, right? We want to be of value, but most important, we want to follow up. Connect with each other and build with each other, right? Because this one meeting is one meeting, right? But we frequently have meetings. We frequently get to know each other. Then we have a better idea in terms of how we can help each other to the next level. And when we help each other, everyone wins. Everyone wins, right? So after today, will we meet again? Right? I want everyone to ask themselves that question: will we meet again? Right? And please, let's make the effort to do so. Right? And even if it's in person, maybe I seen I believe, I forgot who it was, but someone said they were part of a female group. Like how many people are going to go join that session, right? To go meet in person, right? We've seen Frank giving such great information. We've seen Francisca giving such great insight on how she was healed from chemo and all this stuff. When we need to meet, let's connect. Let's get on a phone call. Let's get on a Zoom call. Let's get in person, right? And let's continue to build from there, right? So I thank everyone for being on. I want to just really quickly just go over the treasure map, right? Which is the opportunity with Create Wealth Network, right? As I mentioned, Create Wealth Network, it's a network, like-minded people. Everyone that's on this session is like-minded as to what we do, and we just want to come together to create wealth. And in this program, we learn, through universal laws. We study goal setting, growing our well-being. We have a mastermind community, right? We have a weekly GPS every Sunday, 8 p.m., where the floor is yours. You could present, you could host if you have a product or service that you wanna present to everyone. That it's an open floor for you. We have Francisca that's hosting our next session on Sunday. Everyone will get an email about it, right? We have many contests and challenges to win awards and prizes, right? This is the opportunity. It's an annual program with the map book. It's $199 USD per year. The price are subject to change very soon. It will be changing from that number. So if it is something that you're considering, please get on board. And then to break bread, we want the opportunity for everyone to become an affiliate as well. As we have our products and services, we're paying 50% commissions for anyone who enrolls someone into the Mind Assistance program and our other services, Science of Online Business course. We have a wealth mining package, and we have Create Wealth Ads, which is launching right now as well. And different things that we're going to be launching on the way. We have a structure, affiliate structure, where from any products or services that are purchased through Create Wealth Network, you earn a 50% commission, right? And again, this everything's in its growing phase, and the network is really about the network. So Frank, even your coaching program, that's what I'm saying. I'd love to sit with you and go deeper into that. And that could be another offer that we could set up where like Frank Break Brand, maybe he could give a discount to our members, to get on board with his program, and vice versa, right? And that's really what we're looking to do. We really want to get really deep into collaboration, deep into growing with each other, right? And that's the treasure map opportunity, right? To finalize, as I mentioned earlier, we will be spinning the wheel, and this is something that we want to continue to do each session, right? So invite a guest and spin to win, right? So we know word of mouth is the best form of marketing, right? And we want for all of our attendees to benefit from this, which is why each session of the Wealthy Link Up, we will be spinning the wheel to reveal a winner of a prize for who referred this networking event to the most entrepreneurs who attend, right? So if you know anyone else, if you're on any social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and you know any entrepreneurs that could come on the session, and build with us, right? Because in the future, we want to do breakout rooms. We want to have guest speakers, and even, you guys, if you're interested in being guest speakers, you want to really go in on a topic that you feel can help business owners and entrepreneurs. We want to do many things in our future sessions, right? And all we're asking, just simply share the website with anyone you know who will be interested in presenting their business and attending as an attendee, and include your name on the main page. It says who invited you or how did you hear about this event. They just put your name in there. We'll be tallying up until the next session, and then you stay through, and we're gonna have a wheel to spin for there. But for this first night, we are going to spin the wheel for everyone that's still here with us. Mylin, I think you have the wheel ready to go. So she's gonna be pulling that wheel up on there, and for the prize that we have, it's a $50 Amazon gift card. You can use it to however your liking is, right? Mylin, can you share your screen? Okay, I'm making you host right now. All right, so she has everyone's here. Okay, that's everyone that's still here with us right now. We're going to be spinning the wheel. Is everyone placed in there? I think we have a few more participants in there. Hitin, Mona, Frank, Andrea, Francisca, myself. Yes, a few people had to go. Okay, and Frima. Okay, let's go. Let's spin the wheel. See our winner. Andrea Barry. Andrea, are you with us?
I am. I'm with you now. Hi,
okay,
everybody.
You're here now. Oh, the prize woke you up.
Look at that. No, I have been here. Listen, on the way back from the mechanics, car broke down. We're back.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't speak. So this $50 Amazon gift certificate will go towards the purchase of a new car. I thank you very much.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Andrea, if you don't mind, just please share who you are and what you do, right? Because we didn't get that from you.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea Barrett. I am in sales and marketing. I work with nonprofits and entrepreneurs, helping them manage their sales or marketing so they can connect the dots and become more successful. I also run a speakers bureau. So I work with speakers and organizations or events looking for speakers. So I wear a few different hats. One thing I would like to share when you talk about breaking bread is I'm working with a company that is offering is giving away $50,000 in grants. They're giving away 5 grants, $10,000 each, to female entrepreneurs. And I can put the link in the chat. If you are a female entrepreneur and have a great story and are in need of a grant, I'm happy to share this information and give you the details so you can apply. And then I wish everyone luck.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for breaking bread. And
you are welcome.
And please, the form as well, we'll send it again as well in the email.
Yes.
But you have the form filled in and put these links in there, right? Because we want to share it out to the database, to the people. You never know what that 10 grand can do for someone, right? Could really help you take off to the next level.
Thank you for sharing it with your network.
Of course, of course. And any final words from anyone before we sign off?
Just a quick question. So for that, Andrea, we have a not-for-profit it's called Black Youth Empowerment Advocates of Peel, and we're looking for funding so that we can help these youth. We've serviced 9 young people so far. They all get leadership opportunities in the region of Peel. And so, but would we qualify to apply for that so we can help these young people and expand the services?
You wouldn't qualify for this grant. This one is just for-profit enterprises. But I know there is a grant for young people. It's with, I think it's the Youth Opportunities Fund. So
we're applying to them. We have to register with them now.
I have your information, Mona. So I will send you the link. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, probably not tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow, but I will send it to you. Youth Opportunities Fund.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that's amazing. Any other final words?
Yes.
I think Francisca, go ahead, Francisca.
Yes, my final words, please. I am inviting you all to the GPS session on Sunday, and bring a friend.
Yes, so yes, Francisca will be presenting on Sunday. You'll get the email about it. Please attend. Let's support her, right? And she, I know she's been working on it and has some great insights for us. So thank you, Francisca. And that's another thing too. Hosting, just like she said, just like her presentation is gonna say, it's not a death sentence. It's actually a lifesaver, right? Because the information that she's presenting, she's obviously going in deeper and getting more information so that, you know, she could give us the best value. So thank you so much, Francisca. I look forward to it on Sunday.
Okay.
All right. And anyone else, any final words?
I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's a great launch, and I wish you all the best. I'll be at the next one for sure.
That's
and
amazing.
Anybody that needs to contact me, then get me on the email list, and I'm glad to review any kind of business idea you have or mindset that you want to do with me. It doesn't matter, you know. I'm doing this a long time, so reach out.
Yeah.
So what's your contact, Frank? I don't see your contact.
I can put it in here if you want.
Okay, please.
Says, and that's one of the things with network. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's in the room, right?
Truly.
Someone that could change your life could be sitting right there, right? And it's just a matter of showing up. Just show up, right?
Just show up. That's right.
That's amazing. I have your number here.
Thank you, Frank.
Oh, my pleasure, everyone. Thank you. Nice to meet everyone.
Yes,
where is 226? What area code is 226?
That's Peel.
Oh, Peel. Okay.
Yeah. It's all local.
All right, good stuff. All right, guys. So yeah, our next session will be coming up. We'll make sure we send it to you. I appreciate everyone for joining us. It was an amazing session for this first one. Let's continue to build from here. Let's invite people for the next session. All right. God bless.
And I'll reach out to you too. I'll reach out to you personally, Richard. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Let's meet. Let's sit down next week. Let's meet in person. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Good
Take
stuff.
care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Great job.